Super excited to be here, joined by the entire crew ahead of this iconic, incredible weekend, the centenary edition of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Just some quick housekeeping. I will run through questions for all of the team, and then we'll open up to the floor for any questions that you guys may have, and some questions we've already had on social. So to start us off, Deborah, I'll chuck it over to you. I want if you could maybe introduce yourself a little bit and tell us about how it feels to be a part of this incredible weekend.
Hello everyone. First of all, it's a privilege and an honor to be here, especially for the 100th year of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Also, a great pleasure to have the Iron Dames here, running in competition for the 5th year in a row. As you know, we have Rahel, Michelle and Sarah in GTM, and Doriane racing with Prema in LMP2. So it's really a pleasure. And it's a pleasure to see the Iron Dames project grow, entering and taking part in the new era of endurance racing, as you know, with the coming of the hypercar and MPH. The new categories, to be part of this new challenge.
Thank you so much. And I wondered if maybe we start with Doriane, our Iron Dame in red, a home race for you, your first 24 Hours of Le Mans. Tell us a little bit about what Le Mans as a circuit, as an event, means to you, and how excited you are for this weekend.
Yeah, Le Mans is just fantastic. I mean, I drive for the first time with the LMP2 in Sunday, so it was just sensational. I enjoy every single lap completed, and it's very special to be here for my first Le Mans in the centenary, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
And Rahel, we're coming off the back of Spa. You've had some time in Paul Ricard now. Of course, we've also had time on track here. Plenty of time in the car, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But it's never enough when it comes to a 24-hour race. What can you take from the shorter stints that you get and apply to that longer 24-hour race?
So yes, time is passing always very, very quickly. Being 3 drivers in the car, we clearly have to share the task. But I can tell you, so far, our free practices, our test day last Sunday went very well. We are very positive. We have tested basically all the things and the test points we wanted as preparation for the race. So I think we are very good prepared. We are ready for the big challenge. Clearly, in GT, everyone is always hiding a little bit, doesn't want to show off completely what they are able to do. So we look very much forward to the warm-up on Saturday morning, and then we can't wait to get the race started Saturday afternoon.
Thank you so much. And Michelle, we'll come to you now. Is it your 5th 24 Hours in Le Mans now? Time flies. How are you feeling going into this year compared to previous years? More experience, different car? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's my 5th year together with the Iron Dames, together with Rahel, my 3rd year with Sarah here in Le Mans. And I mean, like you say, definitely feel much more experienced than ever. We have raced the last 4 years here in Le Mans with Ferrari, which gave us plenty of experience. Now we're here with the Porsche that we are very excited about. Rahel already said that the testing has been going well, the practices has been going well. We all feel very comfortable in the car, which is very important for such a race. The motivation is high. I think we all know, we all have the same goal in the end of the day. Yeah, we are excited to start on Saturday. We know that we have a bit more in the pocket, all of us, and we are saving a bit for Saturday when the race starts, and we save even a bit more for Sunday when it finishes. And no, I'm just very honored to be here for the 5th time together with the Iron Dames, to see how the whole program has developed over the years, from where we started in 2019 and until now. It's quite impressive to see all the Iron Dames in the paddock, all the pink caps, and yeah, I'm proud to be here.
Thank you so much. And Sarah, we've spoken a little bit about how everyone's feeling, but I want to ask you what it's actually like to be on track here when all the ceremony's done and you just have to drive. What's that like?
It's paradise. I mean, come on, let's start it already. Yeah, you know, there's not much more to say after all those ladies, you know, explained a lot about how we tested and how we felt on track. Obviously, we love racing, so we cannot wait to be in the battles with the other cars, see how we can actually compete. And yeah, as we all said, I think we know we have a competitive package. So right now I just want to take this opportunity to be all here to thank Deborah for believing in us, for believing in women in motorsport, and for pushing this project to the maximum. I think it's incredible to be here in the 100th anniversary of Le Mans with such a competitive package for us, but also for Dory. And we have a bright future for women in motorsport.
Really well put, thank you so much. And now I actually want to open it up to the floor. If we have any questions in the room, just pop your hand up and I will pass you the mic. Yes, actually, I won't pass you the mic, you're far too far. Just follow your question at us.
Belgium. In qualifying, we saw top 8 with Aston Martin and Porsche. Even if I heard from somebody yesterday that Porsche is a perfect weapon GT class, is there something about performance type? Is it just a hazard? Is it something else that makes that your car is having the high performance, none of the other Porsches? One of the 3 Porsche drivers.
I think it's the qualifying was quite competitive. Obviously there were 23, 24 cars. We had a couple of incidents. At the end, all the platinum or the gold drivers who did the qualifying were very close. So as everyone is saying, it's people are getting practice, and they keep it for the race to come. So we will see, but I think all the 24 cars on the grid are in the capacity to fight for the win.
Doriane, for you. You are a very young driver, so how does it feel to reach the top class? Everybody there between the top class of the month, how does it feel to make it so young?
Well, yeah, my first Le Mans at 19 years old is very special, and I'm young, yes, but thanks to the project that the Iron Dames bring me here, I have this opportunity to be in this project since 2021, and yeah, we work hard together to achieve it and to be at this level today. I think we continue working and all the time, and yeah, we are in Le Mans in LMP2 representing this project, and it's very good since the beginning of the year. I think we are well prepared to fight for the title, and I'm not feeling young or like different than the other. I mean, I'm just I'm working hard to feel ready for it, and we work well together since the beginning of the year, so it's good.
Anyone else in the room? Okay, I'll quickly jump to a question from social then, which I quite like. Rahel, somebody was asking about how you deal with the pressure of Le Mans and what your favourite ways to de-stress are.
I just told Dory she doesn't feel young, but she makes us feel a little bit older. That's the point. Yeah, pressure. How do we deal with pressure? Clearly, we have expectation. Michelle already spoke about it. I think now on the 85 crew, I think we have high expectations. Like Michelle said, we are very well prepared. We are aiming clearly for a podium. I think we have the chance to do well. So expectations are there. In the end, the biggest pressure we have to deal with is always the personal one. We want to be fast, we want to perform well, we want to show our best on track. So yeah, the most difficult one is to handle our personal pressure. But nevertheless, I think we have enough experience to be realistic, to say what's possible, to deal well with the circumstances. When we go out on track, we have a clear run plan, we have clear test points to fulfill. So basically, it's very important to communicate well within the team, to always declare the strategy, and to know your task when you jump in the car. And then basically you forget about pressure. You just go to do your job well, to work well, to perform well, and this helps a lot. So I believe clearly communication within the team, to have a clear structure, to follow a run plan is helping a lot to perform well and to handle the pressure.
Thank you so much. And Deborah, I've got one for you here which I really like, from someone called @Motorsport_Women. Can you tell us basically how female racing talent can get to be in this position here and be a part of the Iron Dames?
Actually, as you know, the Iron Dames project started in 2018, and we started in GT with Michelle and Rahel are among the first Iron Dames which started the project. We are expanding we have started also the Iron Dames project in karting, so there are different possibilities to join us. Obviously, we keep on watching and monitoring young talents. The best way is, of course, to get in touch with us directly through Francisca or Caroline. We also looking at the young ones in karting. So this is a project that we are pushing for, developing. We would like to, and it's part also of what Rahel, Michelle and Sarah are doing. They are the most senior one, of course not in age, but they have a lot of experience, and they share this experience with the younger generation among those, and these are obviously Doriane, but also Natalia. We have the young. It is very important for us to grow and to nurture the younger generation. So that's a topic, that's a goal that we have. So in a very specific way, should someone have wish to join the Iron Dames project, the best way would be to get in touch with Rahel on the racing side, and with Francisca and Caroline as well. And they will be in the capacity to handle the question and any single question.
Thank you so much. And Sarah, one for you from someone called @Formula. If you could add one track to the WEG calendar, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. So many good tracks out there. With the WEG, we've been lucky to race on some of the best track. Last year I discovered Fuji. It's a quite good one, to be honest. I would love to go a little bit in South America. I think there are a few good ones, like in Brazil and so on. So that would be amazing to feel that kind of ambience. So yeah, why not something like that? But you know, there are a lot of cool circuits, and what's the most important is to do it with the best team, and that for sure we are doing already.
Great answer. Michelle, let's ask one for you. What's been your favorite racing memory so far?
I would say in the last few years we had quite some good memories. From a personal point of view, I would probably say getting to win the Ferrari Challenge European Championship was a big highlight of my own career. But of course, looking back to last year, getting to win the 24 Hours of Spa and Gold Cup together with the 4 dames, or the 3 dames here, including myself, was for sure probably the so far biggest highlights of the Iron Dames. To be standing there of a race which was the first time for Doriane and I racing the 24 Hours of Spa, probably the 100th time for Sarah racing 24 Hours of Spa. No, it was really something big for the project, to prove that we are able to win races like that. It's a very well-respected race from all drivers, from all teams. We went there, we did a flawless race without any mistakes, and in the end of the race, we got to stand on top of the podium, and we got to do it not just the 3 of us, but actually the 4 of us together, which was important. It was a statement, and basically, of course, the podiums we had in WEC, pole position that Sarah have done in WEC, and I mean, the future looks bright, I think, and it just made us hungry for more. Of course, we are happy with podiums, but we are going for wins and championships now. That's for sure.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to just open up to the floor again if anyone has any questions. Don't be shy, you can ask in French.
Michelle, just on obviously drove the Ferrari for quite a few years, just comparing that to the RSR specifically here at Le Mans, and how that compares and how the RSR feels. Obviously the last year it will run at Le Mans as well.
Yeah, I mean, we had 4 great years together with Ferrari. We got to race the Ferrari here 4 times, and we had good experiences with it. To be honest, Porsche was always one of our biggest competitors at this race, and basically all the other races we were doing the last few years, you know, racing in the Ferrari, we were always competing against this Porsche, you know, and we were always like, it could be nice one day to try this car. Rahel and I, we spoke about it a lot. We were really like, could be so cool to actually get to race this RSR. Thanks to Deborah, we got the chance this year, and I mean, the Porsches, I mean, they are very different, the Ferrari and the Porsche. I think with the amount of experience that we have now in this specific race and in general, I think jumping into the Porsche was quite easy for all of us. We adapted pretty fast to the car. I remember Sarah, especially from the beginning, she really was like, she loved the car, where for me it was a bit more difficult getting from the Ferrari into the Porsche, but you know, after a few test days, I think we adapted very well. And I mean, driving the Porsche around here, it's different. It feels fast. It feels really fast. It feels quite faster than the last few years. But the car is easy. You know, you feel like you can drive in this car for hours and hours. It's comfortable. It's safe. It's a lot of positive things. So I mean, it's sad it's the last year for the RSR, but I feel very honored that we got the chance this year to actually race it here, and to say one day in 10 years time or something that we have been able to race the 24 Hours of Le Mans in different car manufacturers.
Michi make it sound like it's a Rolls Royce, but it's actually a racing car.
Thank you. Sarah, I'm actually going to chuck this one to you because I'm not sure which of the 2 of you are slightly taller, but I think it's fair. Somebody's asked about how you manage the different sizes of drivers in the car. Is the seat like built for the taller one out of you and then the rest have inserts, or do you all have inserts? Can you tell us about how that works?
We have a bit of size difference within the lineup. We have the same issue when Dory is joining us in Spa. For sure, we are quite lucky that lately, in the last few years, we have cars where we can adapt the position of the steering wheel and the pedals, so that is helping a lot. We also have a seat insert, and basically, specifically for the WEC, we have a system where basically I'm doing my seat because I'm the tallest one, and then Michi and Rahel are making inserts in my seat specifically for them. So at the end, I think we can all have a quite ideal position. We don't have to make too much compromise actually in this car. The seating position in the Porsche is actually very well installed, and as Michi just said, it's true. It's quite comfy to drive, and it's important because we're going to spend a few hours in there. But we can find some compromise, and indeed, I've done 24 hours of Spa a bit earlier in age when it was not possible to move the seat and the pedals, and I had teammates quite shorter than me, and when you are the tallest one, it's not comfortable.
Thank you so much. Doriane, one for you. Can you say if there was someone who inspired you? So is there a person that inspired you to become a racing driver?
Yeah, I was watching Formula One since I was 4 years old, and I remember quite well Sebastian Vettel when he was winning his title with Red Bull, and he inspired me a lot. He was very calm in the car and very calculated, you know, when he was like doing like overtaking and stuff. So yeah, I was inspired by with him. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm sure you're showing your age there compared to the drivers that you grew up watching versus everyone else. Okay, so I want to have one last chance to take some questions from the floor, if anyone else has anything to add.
Do any of you have any opinions about the new safety car procedures?
Deborah, I'll start with you, and then we can go from there.
I think it's obviously it's a new procedure, very different from the past years. There's been a lot of talk about it, as you are all aware. We have to see the procedures there, and let's see how it works. I think every team has to adapt. The point with new procedures is you need a little bit of time to assess if their efficiency or effectiveness.
We went to the procedure in free practice, and honestly speaking, I think it went better than expected. It was quite efficient. Clearly, we can still improve. We can clearly help on driver side, but I think so far the feedback was positive. Nevertheless, what was the word of our race director in the briefing to give you also his side, to give you his feedback basically was that safety car will be basically his worst case scenario. So he will hopefully try to go as much as possible with slow zones, and as racers we all hope that we do not need safety cars at all during the race. But I think so far of what we have seen, it was positive. Clearly surprises can always happen during the race, and as Deborah said, all the teams, they always have to be spot on. They have to stay awake also during the night to react as fast as possible.
Thank you both so much, and we will wrap things up there for our pre-race press conference. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you to our Iron Dames crew for answering these questions so well. There'll be a little bit of time for questions afterwards, and we wish our crew the best of luck this weekend. Thank you very much.